OCH is the largest lending in town. We house, and this is a home of 32,000 people living in 15,000 homes across Ottawa. It's very important, our mandate. And our mandate also is something that we have at heart in terms of making sure that we can provide sustainable housing that will respond to the current and future needs of our residents. And just to mention, part of the portfolio renewal strategy today that we will be talking about is really about also the future of OCH, about somehow turning the page on historical investment that we were seeing in affordable housing, where now we're looking at diversity and inclusion, part of the design of the future of the portfolio of affordable housing in Ottawa. So this is a multi-million-dollar investment that we'll be talking to today. It's quite significant. It's a game changer in town, and we're really pleased about this. We are aiming to a net zero building, so this is about innovation. So when we're talking about net zero, what we're talking about is efficiency, reducing the operating costs. Why? To reduce also the utility bills for the residents that will be living with us in our new build. I want to also highlight the fact that we have had, and we are aiming for passive housing designation. We have experience with the Connington Health Hub and the great support from the province and the federal and municipal governments on those. And part of our Eco2 plan, we want to make sure that everything that we do is sustainable. So all of the homes that you're seeing this morning around, kitchens are being reused in other sites. So we are repurposing everything that we can. We sold and fenced metal, and we're giving back that to the Foundation of Ottawa Community Housing. Why? To give back to the tenants in need in our communities. So it's a full cycle. So today I'm really honored and pleased to be joined by first the Honorable Yasir Nagdi. So thank you very much for being here. Mayor Jim Watson, thank you. Matthew Fleury, the chair of the board, Catherine McKinney, Councillor McKinney, which is the ward councillor. Before we start, I will ask the chair of the board of Ottawa Community Housing just to give a bit of context about what it means for OCH, the historical perspective, and after then we will have our honorable guests that will be speaking about what it means for the broader communities in Ottawa. So, Councillor Fleury, thank you.
Bon matin tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stéphane, for welcoming us at Rochester Heights in Yasser's riding and in Councillor McKinney's area. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I'm not here I'm here to set maybe some of the context for Ottawa Community Housing. As you know, we've began a journey. It's called Portfolio Management Framework. So we're dynamic, we're dynamized in our portfolio. We're looking at all the options, and when we look at a community like here, there's so much opportunity that we want to leverage. We want to work with our provincial and federal partners. There's a lot going on in terms of the housing community across our country, across our province, and locally. It's exciting. And we're leveraging some of those opportunities to look at communities like here, where we have currently 26 homes. If you look around, most of them are empty. We have one tenant that we're still continuing to work with them in terms of rehousing.
Merci beaucoup, Stéphane. Thank you very much. Forgot to mention our Deputy Mayor, Mark Taylor, is here, and Mark is also our Special Liaison on Housing and Homelessness and did great work in his report. And Minister, Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs. Always great to be at announcements with Yasser, because he's always the bearer of good news, investing in our community. And we thank him very, very much for the continued support he has shown for the affordable housing sector, not just in his riding, but really throughout the city of Ottawa. Alors, merci beaucoup à la ministre Nagdi pour son bon travail à Queen's Park pour appuyer des grands projets comme 7 projets pour le logement abordable pour la population de la ville d'Ottawa. As Matt said, and Matt and his team and Stéphane, and I see other people from OCH, are doing great work looking at our portfolio and finding out how can we improve the portfolio, make it better, create greater and smarter density so that more people live in the downtown core, as we're proving here today, but also get a better quality of life in terms of the building that they live in. And as Matt said, this particular project will replace 26 end-of-life townhomes with 148 units in one roughly 8-story building. So think about that for a minute. We're taking a very large tract of land right here and making it much more efficient that we can help many more people in our community as a result of this investment. The federal and provincial governments granted $11 million for the project, while the City of Ottawa is budgeting another $1.5 million in fee waivers and other incentives. And this was really possible thanks to the Invest in Affordable Housing for Ontario program. It's another example of the three levels of government working together. C'est vraiment un autre exemplaire des trois paliers du gouvernement qui travaillent ensemble pour aider la population de la ville d'Ottawa. And we know the importance of housing in our society. This development brings in more density with modern units for tenants, while helping to ensure that Centertown is an affordable place for all levels of income. And our vision is that one day every resident will have a place to call home. Sadly, we still have roughly 10,100 people on the wait list. That always hovers around us, a little below 10,000, a little above 10,000, but we've got to make continued progress on that. And that's why, since the start of our 10-year plan in 2014, Ottawa's completed 364 units of affordable housing, a $50.8 million investment, with 456 projects, or rather units, 10 projects in various stages of development. And we secured City Council approval with the support of my colleagues on Council to exempt OCH from municipal property taxes, generating $3.1 million annually, and approved $110 million in mortgage refinancing, which freed up funding for repairs. Because we know that there are a number of the homes that are celebrating their 50th anniversary, built in 1967, centennial projects, and they're showing their age. We also secured $75.4 million in new provincial investments, thanks to YASSER's support for social housing repairs and projects to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, supported by $9 million, the municipal funding from the Housing and Homelessness Investment Plan. So when you put all of these figures together just on this one community, you recognize that all three levels of government are spending a record amount of money. Never before in the history of Ontario, Canada, or Ottawa have we seen such investments coming our way. So to all levels of government, the federal, provincial, and our friends at OCH, thank you very, very much. To the residents who have been, their lives have been displaced, we apologize, but we know that this is, as they say, short-term pain for long-term gain. We're going to have a better, more livable, more secure, more beautiful neighborhood right here in Centertown. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Mayor Watson. I will now invite Councillor McKinney to speak to us about what it means for the ward and the community here in the broader community. Councillor? Sorry.
Always have to win. Good morning, everyone. My name is Catherine McKinney. I'm the city councillor here in Somerset Ward. Some of my neighbors. Might wonder why I put the bike up front. Well, Rochester Street is to become eventually a complete street, which means we will be able to cycle on it. We'll be able to walk on it. It'll be a safe and comfortable place to be. And it's part of what makes a neighborhood great. And we live here in, I think, the greatest neighborhood in the city. And it's, who agrees with me?
I did the same.
And it is it's complete streets, it's planning that fits, within the existing communities. It's parks, it's community centers, it's community services like our community health center. It's making sure that it's a place for everyone. And what's key to that is affordability. Affordable housing that we live near and live within, and to make sure that our affordable housing communities don't look inwards. They look out to the community, and that we all live together. I raised my first two children in Ottawa community housing, and while it was a wonderful neighborhood, what didn't happen very often was many people did not come into our community because there was no reason to. We did not have a store, we didn't have a library, we didn't have a community center. It wasn't a hub for people. This is going to be a hub for everyone, and it's going to be mixed income, mixed use. We're going to have commercial, social services. We're going to have community services, all within this hub, and it's going to be close to our light rail station, which we know we have to start co-locating housing, affordable housing, with light rail. We know that people living in very expensive condominiums are not jumping on transit. But we do know that people who need affordable housing also need affordable ways of moving around the city. And it's the right thing to do. It's the way we will make our light rail positive and successful. It's how we will make our communities positive and successful. And this is step one in many steps. And I'm thrilled that it's happening right here in our community. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.
I will now ask the MPP for Ottawa Centre to join us to add his comments. Yes, sir,
Thanks. Thank you very much. I want to quickly acknowledge Catherine Boucher, who's here, who's been sort of, can I call you the grandmother of affordable housing in our community? Yeah, there you go. She's the mother. She's been an amazing champion and never takes no for an answer. So Catherine, it's great to see you here. I know you live in the neighborhood as well. Nini Cloutier, who's our Executive Director of Somerset West Community Health Center, is here as well. They have a great community house with Ottawa Community Housing just next door as part of this community. So they are very active partners as well. I think there's three themes that have developed from all the comments that you've heard, and let me recap them for you. One, affordable housing. As we heard from the mayor, we still have a long wait list. We still need to build more affordable housing in our community, and that work is ongoing with partners like Ottawa Community Housing, with CCOC, Multi-Faith Housing, many other partners in our community. They're doing some incredible work in building affordable housing, which is absolutely important. And then of course bringing the various levels of government with the dollars that are needed to build that affordable housing is absolutely critical. The second important theme is building livable communities. It's one thing to build affordable housing, but we need to make sure that that housing, as Catherine McKenney said, are on public transit, that they are inclusive communities, not ghettos. I think this is a great example of this, how we are transforming Rochester Heights from an inward-looking community. Look at where you're standing right now, where sort of everybody is looking inward. They come from same socioeconomic background, all having the stigma attached to them that they are living in affordable housing, to something that is more livable, that is inviting some density and a mixed use. So people from all different backgrounds will be able to come together and live together. We've seen that model championed by CCOC and how successful that model has been, where people of different needs coming together as neighbors, so they are complete homes as opposed to just home for those who may not have the means. And Ottawa Community Housing now coming into that space, I think is really exciting. We're very excited that's happening right here in our community in Rochester Heights. Last theme, and that's partnership. This work cannot happen by itself. This work cannot just happen with one level of government. And too many times in the past, we have failed because only one or two levels of government is trying to do this work. The fact that you've got all three levels of government, Government of Canada, the provincial government, and our local city, working together in terms of monies at the table, in terms of policy alignment, in terms of getting rapid approval of development of these projects, is a sure sign that we are in the right direction. I'm really excited that this project is enabled by $11.6 billion through investment in affordable housing, a program by Government of Ontario, which federal government contributes to and administered so wisely by our city. This is an overall a part of a package of $74 million this year. We're investing in building 675 affordable units right here in the city of Ottawa by leveraging this partnership. This is exciting. I've been involved along with our friends for some time in this work. I've never seen such a kind of alignment in a long time, and the result is that we're getting these projects up and running in a fairly short period of time. Stefan and Matthew spoke to us about this project maybe 2 years, less than 2 years ago, that we need to do something. And here we are on the eve of construction being started at this project. I think that's remarkable progress. We have much more work to do, and I think all of us standing here together demonstrating our commitment that we will continue with this work and make sure that we've got good, livable, sustainable, affordable housing right here in our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And in closing, I just want to mention a big thank you from the bottom of our heart for CH to all of the residents, tenants, partners that they've been really contributors to this initiative. Part of the magic of community housing, and also part of the magic of making a future where our communities will be stronger. So thank you very much, everyone. We will be open for Q&A, and we will proceed for the photo, the group photo. So thank you again, thank you staff, and thank you to the partners this morning that they are all here. So really appreciate it. Thank you all.